I mean, and Strzok and his compatriots, some of this disgusting thing, I mean, they sound like they're members of the resistance, the way they talk about Trump supporters. They said they're all middle-class, uneducated, lazy POSs, you know what that stands for, and calls them retarded. And when you combine that with, you know, we'll stop him, you know, Peter Strzok saying we'll stop him to Lisa Page, there's not a single pro-Trump text. There's not any anti-Hillary text. It's all against the President of the United States. So when the IG report comes out and says, oh, there's no political bias, there's extreme political bias. I don't see how they could say that with a straight face. It was anti-Trump from the jump, and you understand why when you look at James Comey. He knew Loretta Lynch and her boss, Barack Obama, didn't want Hillary Clinton charged. He's not going to stop the first female president from taking office. Everybody thought Hillary was going to win. And that's why a lot of the FBI agents were intimidated and they didn't want to go too tough on her, because they thought when she gets into the Oval, you know, she's going to crack down on them. And, you know, Hillary's very vindictive. She'll probably do that. They knew she was going to be president, and that's why the fix was in. And then once Trump got the nomination, they turned the screws to him and treated him and his people very unfairly. And the way Comey, you know, behaved during this whole time, he used private email. He, he exonerated Hillary. He changed the language of the law to make it about intent. Intent had nothing to do with it. And there was leaking going on everywhere. Everybody was leaking. So this report justifies Trump's firing of James Comey and pretty much exonerates the president with regard to what he's been saying about the Hillary Clinton investigation. It was crooked and remains even more crooked. Let's remember who he was. He was the lead investigator for the Clinton email probe. He interviewed all of Hillary's people. He was the one that traveled to England to talk to the quote-unquote spy. He was the one that officially opened up the counterintelligence investigation into Donald Trump. He was the one that interviewed Mike Flynn. And then he was handpicked to go onto Mueller's team.
And
so this guy is not a small ball player. This is the key player in this investigation, in both investigations, and he's out there talking about we need to stop him from becoming president, and now that he is president, we need to do something about it.
And now that's why Trey Gowdy, if you're watching Special Report last night, said that this Mueller probe is tainted, and no matter what comes out of it, should we take it seriously?
That's the causal nexus.
Because, as you said, Peter Strzok was one of the top people originally on that investigation, and you heard Rudy Giuliani this morning. He said, we're not going to cooperate anymore. He's doubling down even more, saying we are not going to do that sit-down between Mueller and President Trump. Who knows how this ends? This may end up going all the way to the Supreme Court. But you can't argue, Marie Harf, that the early days of this investigation certainly was tainted.